All right, we need to talk about ungating because ungating, and to answer the title, you saw the title. Yes, ungating is still possible, but it is not the same as it used to be. Okay, back a few months ago, ungating was actually super easy. It is still possible to get ungated, but it is not as easy as it was. And before we get deeper into that, and before we actually look at the trends that are going on right now with ungating, my name is Mangunza. If you do not know me, I'm the founder of Arbitrage Stalker, and I'm teaching you how to sell on Amazon right here on this channel for free with daily videos. So if you're new, subscribe and like this video to learn more, okay? The more you're successful with Amazon, I know that you're gonna keep Arbitrage Stalker, I'm gonna get paid, okay? So this is why I teach you how to sell on Amazon. So, regarding ungating, what's going on with ungating right now? Quick point on what's going on. So, a couple of months back, and pretty much what you need to know about ungating, by the way, quick introduction, if you do not know the terms, ungating is pretty much getting the authorization to sell specific brands or categories on Amazon. When you start selling, you can pretty much not sell anything, and you need to show Amazon that you have a reliable supply chain for the items that you want to sell, okay? How do you show them this? By sending them an invoice with a quantity of 10, and this is what they say, but you do not necessarily have to do it this way, but this is what they say, okay? Officially, they want to have an invoice with a quantity of 10 of the product or the brand that you want to sell. So if you want to get ungated, for example, in Nike, which is not possible anymore, and we're going to get to that, all right? If you want to get ungated in Nike, you're going to need to send them an invoice. You need to purchase 10 units of a product, get an invoice for 10 Nike products, and send that invoice to Amazon. Once you send that invoice, they are going to review it. That invoice needs to be in the last 6 months, I believe. You need to have your name on it, a lot of other stuff. That is, if you want the full breakdown of what you need to get ungated, I have a video on it. Just type Mangunza ungating, you'll get... I have a whole playlist with that stuff. You know, I read daily videos daily, so I talked about pretty much if you have an answer regarding... if you have a question regarding Amazon, I probably answered it already. So... once you submit the invoice, Amazon is going to review the invoice. The truth is that they are not going to review the invoice. Most people that work at Amazon are paid really low wage, and they are just going to... they need to go through a lot of invoices a day, and so they just decline a bunch, and they are not even reviewing it. Or it's a bot that actually reviews it, and that auto-denies you, okay? So that's pretty much the process. And the way it was working is that, you know, with Amazon, it's a business of trust. The more you sell, the more Amazon trusts you. The more Amazon trusts you, the more they don't care about what you do, because they just trust you and they're going to approve you easily. What was going on is that what I noticed personally, and I've helped a ton of people getting ungated, so I pretty much know what I'm talking about. And by the way, you do not need a letter of authorization to get ungated, okay? I have a whole video talking about that. I have a short that I released not too long ago talking about the dumb comment that somebody left on my channel on the video that I was saying, where I was saying that you did not need a letter of authorization to get ungated. You don't. You just need an invoice. And so so the way it was working is as follow, okay? So when you start selling on Amazon, everything is gated pretty much. But the more you sell, the more stuff opens up. And you reach a point where, like, even when you have something, like, stuff is going to be ungated by itself. For example, I did not have to actually submit an invoice to get ungated in toys, to get ungated in beauty, to get ungated in other categories. I did not have to do it because I just started selling a lot of Adidas product, Nike product, and on the account that I'm using right now, on the account that I used before, I did, but on the other account that I'm using right now, I didn't have to do that. It opened up by itself. So pretty much, you just had to sell a lot, and a lot of brands were going to open up, a lot of categories were going to open up, and it was pretty rare. It was really, really a small amount of brands that would not be ungated, but if you were to actually click, 95% of them would be auto-ungated, and if they were not auto-ungated, like, because you get auto-approval sometimes, okay? You just click and you get approved without needing to send an invoice. And what was going on is that when you actually needed to submit an invoice, and I don't know if it's still the case, by the way, because I haven't had to submit an invoice in a long time to get ungated, because I was ungated in pretty much everything. And when you submitted an invoice, a lot of the time you were auto-approved after submitting an invoice. Okay, so the last time that I had to do it was last summer 2023, and I just submitted like pretty much what you could do is just submit a blank page of paper and you'd get Ungated because it would just be auto-approved, right? And I don't know if it's still the case. It seems like it's not the case from what we've seen on the Discord server, right? It seems like it's not, but because yeah, by the way, let me show you. We have a Discord server. Here we go, where I always answer every single question. You see me answering all the questions, but I'm always hanging out on the Discord server. So yeah, come on the Discord server if you just want to hang out and to meet some people that are selling on Amazon as well. All right, I made a lot of friends over there. I met a lot of people over there. So yeah, sign out over. So we noticed from the stuff that people were posting in the Discord server that it looks like it's not getting, ever since it started, I think after the summer, like 1 month after I got my easy Ungate, my last Ungate, it started getting a little bit harder. And the truth is that it was not always easy. So I remember when I actually started making these videos on YouTube, when I actually started making videos at the end of 2022, like beginning 2023. It was actually not easy. It was actually not easy to get Ungated. It was not easy at all. And people were recommending beginners to submit email order confirmation. It was not working. It was not working for beginners, I can tell you, because even with it could have worked if you submit 30, 40 times, but even with a real invoice for brands like Nike, like legit invoice, brand like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Puma, all these brands, you would have to submit like 8 to 10 times, 12 times, 15 times sometimes to get Ungated, okay? Because they would just decline it. And so it would be a little bit harder, way harder actually with order confirmation. And so this is why I actually disagreed with people that were saying that you could just submit order confirmation and it would work. It would take a lot of time. It's better for you to actually get an order confirmation. It was better for you to get an invoice, but I said it in a lot of videos on Ungating because yes, I have a whole playlist on Ungating, as I said earlier, right? So this was because at the beginning, then starting around April, May, June, Amazon opened up and it started to get really, 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 really easy to Ungate stuff. And this is the thing, if there's one thing that you need to get from this video is that all this stuff comes in cycle. It's going to be easy and it's going to be hard and then it's going to go back to easy because they need more people selling specific brand and it's going to go back to hard. And there's always going to be those cycles. But right now, it is actually not easy at all to get Ungated, and we see that there are some measures that they take, like a lot of brands are getting restricted. NatureMade got restricted for new sellers. Nike got restricted for new sellers. And it is definitely, if you are looking at everything that is going on right now, we are definitely in an era, if I can say it like this, where Ungating is harder than usual. But the thing that you need to understand is this: it's not going to stay like this forever. And if you actually want to get Ungated, it is still possible. Okay, just follow the same advice that you've heard over and over again. You are going to need to submit your application a lot of time. Okay, there's nothing that you can do. And the reason why I also noticed, and I forgot to tell you guys this, the one thing that I also noticed actually is that there are some brands that I was definitely Ungated in, that I was Ungated automatically in, that I'm now gated in. One of those brands is, I'm not going to tell the brand, but it's toys brands, okay? Toys brands. Okay, one of them is Pokemon, whatever. And you like Pokemon, Star Wars as well, I'll tell you, okay? I noticed that I'm gated in those brands. I'm actually gated in those brands, and I was not in the past. I was able to sell those. I never sold anything Star Wars. I think I may have sold Pokemon stuff when I was doing retail arbitrage, but I got gated back again, which is super weird, okay? And so we definitely see that Amazon is tightening up on Ungating right now, but they are eventually going to loosen up again, and I'm telling you, it's not going to stay like this forever. They are definitely going to loosen up one day or another. It comes in waves. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it gets easy, okay? And when it gets easy, that's the time where you should go hard. But when it is hard, it does not mean that you should actually give up, okay? Just keep submitting your invoice. That's the only thing that you can do. You'll get accepted eventually. For Nike, some people got actually Ungated right before they actually restricted Nike, and they had to submit a ton of time to actually be able to get ungated. So with ungating, the state of ungating right now is that it's just a little bit hard right now, but you'll be all right. Okay, it's not too hard. Just keep submitting. It's not super complicated, and there's a lot of information. I have a whole playlist on how to actually get ungated. All right, so yeah, that's today's video. Subscribe if you want more videos. Like this video. I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, guys.